What's up everyone, it's Dave from the Medal of Honor channel and I'm here to do another vinyl update video. Now, I know last time I said I was only going to do these every other month, but people seem to like this a lot and it was a pretty busy month, so I guess if I keep buying enough vinyl I'll go ahead and keep doing these on a monthly basis anyway. The vinyl community seems to like these videos the most, obviously. So with that being said, I'm going to go through the list like I did last time. I actually have quite a bit. I had a record tape swap meet come to my town. I went to a flea market and found some stuff. Had another Hammer Heart Records order. So I got actually quite a bit of stuff here to go through. So what I'm going to do is, like last time, I will go in order of heaviness. I'll start with, you know, the more rock and hair bands and work my way up to death and then doom and black, whatever else that I got in there. So I got a pretty good mix of stuff this time. So I'm going to try and get through it all. In fact, because I got so much stuff to show you, the vinyl itself I'll probably just show if it's not just black or if it's got an interesting label or whatever, but a lot of it I'm just going to kind of move through best I can. You know, I like to yap about this stuff. Anyway, so let's get started. And so right off the bat, let's start off with one of the greatest frontmen of rock and roll ever, David Lee Roth. This is the Crazy from the Heat EP. When this came out in 1985, the dude could do no wrong. I mean, this was, you know, California Girls, Just a Gigolo, nothing heavy on this album, and yet it was cool. You know, it was something that I had to have in my collection. So I don't know, maybe that's what inspired me to be a beach bum. Not really sure, but anyway, yeah, and it also has Easy Street and Coconut Grove on it. Just a 4-song chill EP, but yeah, something fun to add to my collection. Up next, we got some Sammy Hagar, just the opposite end of the rainbow there. Sammy Hagar, dude is 72 years old and still sings like he did back then. This album is from 1981 on Geffen Records, and this one had a lot of his big hits on it. It had of course, There's Only One Way to Rock. That was a big one, of course, and just nice killer guitar tones still to this day. Had heavy metal on it, Baby's on Fire. This was a really good album, and so it was kind of nice for me to find this one. Interesting side note, the title, Standing Hampton, it means boner, I guess. Hampton was, apparently that was a phrase they used for penis. So if it's standing, it's erect. Standing Hampton. I don't know why you want to name your album Dick, but there you go. Now you know that. Speaking of Sammy Hagar, I also picked up this one. This is his self-titled album. This one came out in '87. He actually was in Van Halen at the time. He had, you know, just put out the first album and was still under contract with Geffen to make one more solo album. So he went ahead and recorded this. Nothing really great on this. I mean, there's some decent songs, When the Hammer Falls. He did have a big hit with Eagles Fly on here. At least at the time it was a decent hit, I guess I should say. But what really makes this album interesting, and the main reason why I wanted to have it just in my collection, is the bass player. You know who played bass on this album? It's someone you wouldn't think is known for playing bass. It is the mighty Edward Van Halen played bass on this album. I don't know, he probably had to do that sleeping or something. No, Eddie's no finger tapping on the bass on this album or anything, but yeah, it's solid album, decent, and you can find this thing really cheap, so why not? Picked it up, added it to the collection. Next was an eBay grab I got, Hurricane, Take What You Want. This was my first concert. I actually went to see Stryper on the To Hell with the Devil tour, and these guys opened up, and you know, they had there's Kelly Hansen is the vocalist, who is now known to be the singer for Foreigner. He has been for a while actually, and doing a great job. He's still got the pipes for that. But you got the names Sarzo and Cavazo on here. Yeah, these guys are related to some Quiet Riot members, and so that's kind of interesting. Anyway, these guys, they had a couple of good albums. They were actually a pretty good band, you know. They were, you know, I guess a hair band, but they were probably more on the heavy rock. Not really so much about the makeup and stuff, and the cover's not too bad itself, huh? Up next, we got a classic. Saw it at the swap meet, had to grab it because I just didn't have it in my current vinyl collection. Leppard Pyromania. I mean, what can you say? This is a great album. It was great then, it's great now. Not really much that I can tell you that you don't know about this album. Everyone knows this album. Of course, great hit songs, Rock, Rock Till You Drop, Photograph, Too Late for Love, Die Hard, The Hunter, Rock of Ages, Coming Under Fire. This whole album, from beginning to end, is a great album. I remember being on the bus in high school, with a kid in the back putting on cassette on his boombox, just playing this every fucking day. But yeah, it was still a great album. So, all right, death metal fans, don't hate me for this one, but had to pick up Poison. Look what the cat dragged in. I liked this band. I saw them several times live. You know, again, when this came out, I remember, you know, my dad just going off about how these guys kind of looked gay. And all I saw was them playing in front of an ocean of women screaming to suck their dicks. So I was willing to do that. I didn't really go with that whole makeup thing, but I was willing to if it would have worked. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you know, it's not the greatest album, of course, but it's got some decent songs on it. It had this kind of cool lyric sheet where it's more like a poster style kind of fold out thing there. But yeah, I mean, is it like the coolest band ever? Of course not, but it's fun. I dig it. I know it's kind of weird to see that next to my Benediction shirt, right? But fuck it, I like it. Don't care if you like it. All right. Happy to say that I added some Rush to my collection. You know, Rush is my favorite band. Now, I actually have all my records. I have bookshelves that are, you know, full of records, except for my Rush records. I have one big crate that's just for Rush records because I buy duplicates and stuff like that. However, there's actually quite a bit of stuff that I don't have yet on vinyl. I mean, you know, I've been a diehard Rush fan, and I have I've had all the CDs, I've had cassettes. I used to have the briefcase, the leather briefcase full of cassettes. So vinyl, you know, as far as collecting that, still a lot of stuff. I don't have from Presto on as far as the studio and live albums go. So that's because they're harder to find and they're a lot more expensive. I'll get there, definitely. It's, of course, priority. And if any of you have some of those albums and you want to talk about, you know, selling or trading or something, let me know. Anyway, so this is the first one I picked up. This is Rush Through Time. This one was 1982. This is the German release, actually. I found this at the record swap meet. And this one, it's kind of just like a greatest hits album. It goes through everything from their first album to Moving Pictures. But, you know, just more, really a lot of the obscure ones. Of course, you know, they don't have like Tom Sawyer and stuff like that on there, which is fine. You know, it's just the greatest hits album. Nothing I don't already have on here. It's just that it's one I don't have. I don't have this packaging, so I had to have it. So, yeah, that was pretty cool find. And then another greatest hits one just like that. This is brand new though. This is Rush Icon. This one just came out. It's a 2020 release, and I was able to walk into a Walmart and see it on the shelf. Brand new. That's something that's kind of nostalgic. You know, I haven't seen something like that happen in a long time. Again, this one is Mercury Records, and it only goes up to the Hold Your Fire album. So it has, you know, it's a greatest hits. It has songs from all the albums up to that one. Well, not all of them, actually. Again, yes, biggest hits not there. But, you know, I think Walmart and Mercury have had they've owned these songs for long enough that they just decided to capitalize on it. And the only thing interesting about this, there's no inner sleeve on this, but it does have kind of a red clear vinyl. So, yeah, there you go. Am I gonna listen to this? Probably not, just because I have all these albums elsewhere to listen to. It's just something I gotta have in my collection. I don't know, I might put it on, why not, right? Okay. Up next, gotta add a little Kiss. Kiss Dynasty. You know what? Definitely not my favorite album, but you know my 6-year-old loves Kiss, and she loves I Was Made for Loving You, which is of course the big hit on this. And little secret, I love that song too. So when I pick her up from dance class, we put that on and we crank it in the Jeep driving home. So anyway, always got to have more Kiss. Definitely love adding Kiss to the collection. Next we got 1983's Ozzy Osbourne's Bark at the Moon. This one on CBS Records. Again, you know, not my favorite Ozzy album, But you know, I saw it at a flea market yesterday and just said, you know what, why not? I should pick that one up. Actually got a pretty good deal on it because the vinyl was in really nice shape, and he had it marked for 40 bucks, and I got it for 25. So nothing special about it, you know, just the black vinyl. But it's in good shape though. Looks pretty. So and you know, it's a metal album, Ozzy Osbourne. Why wouldn't I want it? All right, another eBay grab was Iron Maiden Power Slave. This one is beat up. As you can see, it's all ripped up, cover is dinged up pretty bad. But, I mean, great songs on here, of course. Power Slave and Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. This is a killer album. I used to play the hell out of this one in high school, so Iron Maiden, why not add that one to my collection? This one is Capitol Records, 1984. All right, up next is Megadeth. This is Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. This one is the Final Kill version, which just only came out 2 years ago, and reimagined art. According to Dave Mustaine in his biography, he said that this was more of what he had envisioned, and he supposedly always hated the original cover, the way that they put it together. But so anyway, it's got the gatefold there, and also it's got some nice, you know, the sleeves in here. Now the vinyl on this is 180 gram, and so pull it out there. There you go. And it does come with live tracks, bonus tracks from demos from 1983. The original was recorded in 1984. But this one comes with a bunch of live tracks and, you know, just a bunch of cool bonus stuff. That one is on Century Media. Like I said, it was a 2018 re-release. This one has to be in every metalhead's collection. Celtic Frost to Megatherion. I believe this was an eBay grab. So yeah, this one has the gatefold. Very nice. And I mean, it's one of those albums that you have to have. You have to have this in your collection or you're not metal. I don't know if that's true, but anyway, great album. Up next we got some Doom from the UK. This is Cathedral, The Last Spire. This one came out on Rise Above Records, and this was actually a 2013 release. Check out the art in there. These guys are Doom metal. I mean, it's obvious the minute you hear it. Black vinyl, but they do have some nice, you know, little artwork on the labels and stuff there. Double album, 180 gram LPs. Very cool to add to the collection. Up next is Death. This is Leprosy. This is the 2020 re-release. You know, I'm a huge fan of Chuck Schuldiner, so I had to add this one to my collection. It's got all the nice little booklet here. I know you've probably seen this dozens of times just from all the people who are doing reviews of this, because I mean, it's a classic album, and so everyone's buying it up. There is the where's the vinyl? There it is. Should look at it first there. There you go. Pretty colors. That's kind of a weird, you know, the color tones are very candy-like for a Death album. I mean, I get it, but I think adding the clear and then the color just super bright, kind of weird, but okay, whatever, I'll take it. Up next is a band called Coffins. This is a death doom band, and they are from Tokyo, Japan. Very cool band. It's nice and heavy. It does have some, you know, times where it's a little bit more on the death side, and then other times where it's got a little bit more doom to it. The albums here are clear vinyl. There you go, Coffins. This is a 2013 release. Also on Relapse Records, by the way. Up next is another eBay grab and another Relapse Records. Call of the Void. I think I've talked about one of their other albums before. Cool band. They are very much more grind, hardcore, you know, that barking kind of vocals. I like the music more than I do like the vocals. Funny that my wife said something similar. There's a little knife play record. She came in the room when I was listening to this. She said, this music would be really great. I would really like it if it wasn't for the singer, which is complete bullshit. She would never listen to that band with a different singer. I know that, but whatever. I get what she's saying though. The barking after a while, it does get a little bit obnoxious, but anyway. Up next, another album from eBay grab, Goat Whore. Goat Whore is an American black metal band. They've been around for a few years now. This one's Metal Blade 2012. This is a great album. I love the artwork, of course. Again, you know, I've said it before, but that's kind of a style that I like to mess with. This is that kind of hatch work, cross hatch pen and ink. Very cool stuff there. But yeah, great band. Goat Whore. This really nice looking black and red splatter on their vinyl. Look at that. That's pretty. So yeah, definitely like that one. Okay, up next, my last 4 albums are all from a Hammerheart bundle. I've talked about these guys, about this label before. Hammerheart Records is in the Netherlands, and the album prices are awesome on there, especially if you're looking to find new stuff. You really get some amazing deals. Now you gotta pay for it to ship across seas, but I ordered these on a Monday, got them that same Thursday. Whereas a couple months ago I ordered some shit from Germany that still hasn't got here. So anyway, first up is a split. This is Primitive Man and Unearthly Trance. Now I bought it for Primitive Man because I had already done a review of one of their albums, and they're super cool. Just that whole wall of sound, death doom, very heavy. And then when I got it, I was pleasantly surprised that Unearthly Trance is also super badass album. So really digging that I got this. Because it's a split, I mean, as you can imagine, it's not like a ton of music on there. It's more of an EP, but check that out. That's a nice looking stone color swirl to it. Dig that. So that was one of them that I got from Hammerheart. Defleshed. This band, this is a death metal band. These guys are from Sweden, Swedish death metal, and they kick ass. It's brutal, but yeah, just, I don't know, it's really cool music. Really digging the guitar tones and the aggressiveness, but it's very listenable, if that makes any sense to you. Anyway, really liking this band, Defleshed. This one, of course, came out on Hammerheart Records as a 2019 release. From Dementia, I've talked about them before. The last 2 bands are from Dementia Records. This one is Ordo Infernus. Fuck, I love this band. I think I've heard somebody else mention the same thing about them, that if you like Vader, and you know I love Vader, then you'll like this band. Ordo, they sound a lot like Vader, Ordo Infernus. Really cool, really dig it. The album is called Invictus et Aeternus. Definitely should check this out if you like that kind of music. You know, kind of thrashy death sort of stuff. And then finally, I got to thank Liam over at Death Doom Metalhead channel again for this one. Solithus. This is No King Reigns Eternal. I'm gonna have to collect all of their albums now because I really like this death doom sound that they have going. You know, they've got the very guttural vocals. It's almost so low you could almost tune it out, really. But it's really cool album. The music is great. So that is a shitload of albums. That's all stuff that I got for this month. Actually, there's more than that, but they're all featured on my other shows. So make sure you check out my other shows that I put out each month. Like and subscribe and share this with your friends. Share this with the vinyl community, if you will. And I'll keep going as long as I keep buying more stuff and my wife doesn't kill me for buying so many records. Then I will go ahead and keep putting out these videos as well as the other ones I'm doing. So hope you're enjoying it. And until next time, keep your horns up, keep the needle down.